Okay, I don't know if I have to start all over, but this is the results of my braids. Well, my Havana twist that yours truly did herself. I am on my way to see my niece, who is down here from Fort Worth. Her and her mom, stepdad, and her cousin, and meet my dad, my sister, and my other two youngest nieces. Well, I guess they're not my youngest anymore now that Amari is here. But like, y'all know who Amari or anybody else I'm talking about is. But I'm about to go see my niece. I haven't seen her. Must be about 2 years since the last time I saw her. My brother passed away, so and he lived in Fort Worth, so that's where his children are. And I haven't really been back up that way in about 2 or 3 years. I went up there a couple of weeks ago for my uncle's wedding, but that was a turnaround trip, so I didn't get it. I used to live in Dallas, and so I didn't get a chance to go around and see and talk to everybody like I normally would while I was there. So anyway, it's a good day today. I didn't accomplish the things that I wanted to accomplish before meeting them for lunch. However, I am happy that I'm meeting my niece. I haven't seen her in so long, and she's a part of my brother, and I miss my brother to pieces, and I'm going to try to get through this without crying thinking about him. My brother was the love of my life. We understood each other because my dad and my mom divorced when I was 3, and my dad had him in college, and after my dad and my mom divorced, finding my daddy was like, hey, where you at, dude? You on your way? For real? Okay, let me sit by this door for 15 hours and wait for you. Oh, you just not even gonna call it then, huh? You just gonna go live your life and don't even call it. Your daughter waiting by the door with her bags. So, cause and I'm still a daddy's girl. He got his life together later on, but and me and my brother had a relationship with him when he got his life together. He dedicated his life to the Lord. Even when he dedicated his life to the Lord, it was still a little bit crazy. But we all have a relationship. We all had a relationship. And I love my dad to pieces, so I'm not talking down on him or anything, but the truth of the matter is that was the bond that me and my brother had, that where was daddy when we were growing up? We needed daddy, and he wasn't there. So my brother went through some things, and he would always confide in me and vice versa. So that was my rock, and my rock is gone. And now that he left a lot of pieces of himself, though. At one point, I thought he was trying to repopulate the earth. And I was like, Texas is already crowded enough, bro. What you doing? But he had 4, and his wife had a son that he pretty much raised. So I have 4 nieces and a nephew from him. I'm just feeling really good. I found a church that's not a church that has New Thought that I am really excited about going to, maybe next week or the week after next. But I might go to Wednesday's service because I used to be a hardcore Christian, and then life stopped making sense to me with Christianity, and then I pretty much hated God because of the way my life was. I was like, what kind of, at that time I was like, I'm doing everything. I'm in church, I'm on the usher board, I'm in the choir, I'm giving and not only of my time, I'm giving my money. Like, whoa, why is my life so painful? Because my life, especially back then, was super painful. I had best friends betraying me and blah, blah, blah. So, mama went crazy. I mean, she was always crazy, but she went batshit crazy. I had to commit her. No bullshit. So, you know, I was going through all these things and trusting and believing in the Lord, and I was like, this. And then I wasn't even understanding what I was reading and why am I putting all my faith in this book and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so started reading up on different religions, and after I read up on all these different religions and noticing some things that didn't quite add up about Christianity, I let it go. I was like, there were some things that a lot of atheists were saying that just made sense. Like, you know, you need a savior from God, but Jesus is God, so he created a person who is him to be saved from himself. It ain't make sense. And I was like, you know what? I ain't never thought of it like that. But you know, I'm like, what? Who we getting saved from? And what? Why you just say y'all saved? Why somebody gotta die on the cross? Why we gotta go through all these kind of methods when you could just say, hey, y'all go do what y'all want to do anyway, so keep the party rolling. What was the point in all of the dramatics? So anyway, but I let that go and started my new thought process. Everything was going great, especially I had read The Secret while I was still a Christian, and everything in The Secret made sense to me. So when I'm trying to park it, and I don't know about parking over here, but okay, I made it through on the parking, y'all. Sorry I had to deal with the pause. But, yeah. So anyway, I've been listening to Reverend Ike a lot, and he's got me, I think that's why I've been so happy lately, listening to his preaching and his teachings, because he's pretty much a New Thought preacher, and how God lives in you. And it's, I feel good. I really do. I feel better than I have in a long time, and the changes so far is working. So, signing off.